Good morning. My name is Mike Doyle. I'm the mayor of Danville. I want to welcome you all to Danville. First of all, we're going to start this program off with the Pledge of Allegiance. Please join me.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. First of all, I want to say that I am a registered Republican, have been for many, many years, but I am voting for Jerry McNerney and will encourage everyone, all the veterans, especially veterans, to vote for Jerry because he has done more for veterans since he's been in office than anyone I've known who has been in office, that kind of an office. He is for the veterans and will always work for the veterans. Plus, his office is always open. He will never, never, never turn you down. He will always meet you in person, talk to you in person. I, as a resident of Danville, can honestly say that I've seen Jerry McNerney around Danville more than I've seen all of the other candidates who ever ran for office around here. So that is one of the reasons, one of the main reasons I'm voting for Jerry, and wish all the veterans should do this, that he has done more for veterans than anyone I've known. For instance, we're building a brand new Veterans Memorial Building in Danville. He was the first man to come to bat for us, and he raised $200,000, which kicked off our program, and I can honestly say it is going to help, and it's going to be completed by the end of next year. So once again, I, Mike Doyle, a veteran, Air Force veteran of 6 years, will, and a registered Republican, will vote for Jerry McNerney as a veteran, and I encourage all the veterans to do so. Thank you very, very much. Jerry, thank you.
Good morning. My name is David Norris, and I'm the National Chief of Staff for the Veterans of Foreign Wars. Past State Commander for the Veterans of Foreign Wars here in California. I'm a registered Republican also, Jerry. And usually I vote straight Republican, but when I see a man that is honest, has the integrity, and does what's right by veterans, I have no choice but to vote for that person. I've sent in my absentee ballot already, and you're on that ballot. What you have done for the veterans in this community, what you've done for this community as a whole, is way more than we've seen in the last 30 years. And I want to thank you for that. The veterans want to thank you for your support, especially over in the Valley. We've got a new VA facility coming in over in the Valley. It's going to employ 900 plus people. Not only will that bring those 900 jobs, but it'll bring the construction workers, it'll bring the people that are going to be working in the gas stations, the food outlets, everything else. So the employment it brings is also not only for the veterans, but for the local community. I know you're out there working, trying to get jobs into this area, and that's one of the big priorities that we have. I know you authored the Caring for Veterans with Traumatic Brain bill, and that goes a long way to saying how you care about veterans. I want to thank you for that. And then finally today, I want to read this endorsement from our Political Action Committee. Dear Representative McNerney, this letter is official notification that the Veterans of Foreign Wars Political Action Committee, VFW PAC Board of Directors, has endorsed you for re-election to the United States House of Representatives. This endorsement is based on your strong support of veterans, national and security and defense, and military personnel issues. The VFW PAC was incorporated in 1979 and provides the 2.1 million members of the VFW, its auxiliaries, and their families with an opportunity to collectively support candidates for federal office to support our nation's veterans and American security. The VFW PAC is one of over 5,000 political action committees registered with the Federal Election Commission and is the nation's only major veteran service organization that has a PAC. At this time, it gives me a great deal of pleasure to present you with this check. Hope this goes to help supporting your campaign and winning this election. Thank you very much.
U.S. Army. I am a student at Las Positas College, and I'm here to endorse the congressman. I support him because I support him because he supported the Montgomery GI Bill, which has been hugely influential in changing my life. About a year and a half ago, I was a single mom with 2 kids and a waitress. Now I'm a full-time student with straight A's. I do an honors research project. I tutor at my school. I'm a president of the Student Veterans Club. And it's really changed my life. And it's so important that we have this bill that allows our young military people to take these skills that they've learned and be able to go to school so that they can apply it in a career and become the leaders of tomorrow. So I'm proud to endorse Jerry for changing my life.
Well, I want to thank specifically Mike Doyle, Dave Norris, and Amber Cruz for speaking this morning. And I want to thank all the veterans behind me for coming out and showing their support. And it's been an honor to serve, but particularly to serve our veterans. And I can tell you when I got first elected, my son Michael, who was in the service and convinced me to run for Congress, saying it would be easy, you'll get in, no problem. When he said, what he said was that the thing I'll be most proud of when I leave office is what I've been able to accomplish for veterans. And I can tell you that's the case. Right now, being able to get the traumatic brain injury bill passed into law and signed into law. Now that's very important because in Iraq and Afghanistan, as in prior wars, but as particularly these wars, our soldiers are subjected to the blasts in their vehicles and on foot, and those cause brain injuries that may not be detectable right away. What we need to do is be able to have the tools to diagnose that illness before it gets very far. When they come home with that injury, they're unable to hold jobs, they're unable to concentrate, it causes problems in their relationships. We need to diagnose this condition and find the right treatment so that these men and women who have served our country so honorably can resume life. And I can tell you something, no one wants to serve our country more than the veterans who have worn our uniform. So what we want to do is make sure that these men and women have the treatment and the diagnosis they need to resume life and become productive members of society and assume leadership roles that many of them will in the future. A couple of the things that I was able to accomplish. Mayor Doyle mentioned the Veteran Center here in Danville. There's currently, or there was until it's been raised, a veterans building on Harts Avenue, a tremendous historical location, a gathering place for veterans and for the entire community. But the building was old. I think there was some seismic concerns, and it needed to be expanded. The veterans in the Diablo Valley, Vietnam veterans, the veterans of this area have been working to come up with a plan and the resources to do this construction. When I heard about that, I worked out with them a request, and we were able to get a $200,000 fund for that, which really did help kick off the project. It really gives me a lot of pride and honor to have men and women standing behind me who have served our nation, who have sacrificed a tremendous amount, and who are very productive and important members of our society. So I want to thank everyone for coming and standing behind me this morning. I'm going to continue to work hard on veterans issues. Men and women that have served certainly deserve service back from our country. Thank you all very much.